Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics bringing to you game number 154 of the Hunt for 400. Ted Williams in 1941 chasing the 400 batting average. I think there are some myths associated with the last day. I'm not too sure that Joe Cronin came to Ted Williams and offered him an out of the lineup, or that was even necessary, because Ted Williams came into the last day hitting 3.39955, and I don't think he considered that a 400 average rounded up, because he was a frequent newspaper reader. He'd read 3 or 4 newspapers a day, and the headlines in the morning paper that day, which we're talking about September 28, 1941, headlines read that, for example, the New York Times, Williams at 399.6 as Red Sox win 5-1. Star batter slips below 400 goal. Or the Washington Post, Williams drops below 400 as Red Sox defeat the A's 5-1. The Chicago Tribune, Williams drops under 400. And then his hometown paper, the Boston Globe, headline, Williams gets only one hit, with a subhead reading, now 399 as the Red Sox win 5-1. So I kind of think Ted felt like it was necessary to play this double hitter on the final day. He also is quoted in Sporting News as saying he did not want to finish the season with just his toenails over the 400 batting average. This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. The Boston Red Sox will have DiMaggio, Finney, Flair, Williams, Tabor, Dorr, Newsom, not related to the pitcher, Pitlack, and Dick Newsom on the mound. The Athletics have Collins, Jr., Valo, Richmond, Johnson, Chapman, Davis, Suter, Hayes, and Dick Fowler on the mound. Ted Williams comes into the game in the project hitting .414. He's 184 for .444, so this is considerably less dramatic than the real final day of Ted Williams' season. This is game 154. There was a game 155, which is the second game in this doubleheader. Teddy ballgame did have one disadvantage as he finished the season. He was facing a lot of new players, rookie pitchers he had not seen before. He saw one yesterday, Red Wolf, and went 0 for 2 with a few walks. He's got another one today, Dick Fowler. He had not seen Dick Fowler before. All right, we're ready to go. Here's the first pitch of today's game. Dominic DiMaggio facing Dick Fowler. 6-3 is a fly ball hit to center field. And that's taken by the A's center fielder, Chapman, 1 away. Right, the batter is Lou Finney, playing right field for Boston. 45 is a base on balls. Lou Finney is the game's first base runner. Al Flair. Right, in the game, we ran into some technical difficulties. Al Flair rolled into a double play, and then at the bottom of the first inning, Eddie Collins Jr. struck out. Elmer Valo singled. Don Richmond popped out to the catcher, while Johnson flied to left. Top of the second, Ted Williams of Boston flied to left. Jim Tabor grounded out to the pitcher, and Bobby Dorr popped to the second baseman. And then going to the bottom of the second inning, Sam Chapman grounded out to the pitcher, and we'll pick up the action with Crash Davis coming up with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. So 8 against a C is a Line drive to left center field, a base hit for Crash Davis. Average speed at first. Here's Pete Suter. Suter rolls a 4-6, and that's a double play ball. Hit to Skeeter Newsom, who flips to Bobby Dorr. Over to Al Flair at first base. 6-4-3, ending double play. Top of the third, no score. Dick Newsom will have the bottom of the order to face. In the top of the third, Skeeter Newsom, Pitlock, and Dick Newsom, the pitcher. Fowler was primarily a fastball pitcher and one of the American League's best pitchers in the late 40s. He missed 3 years during World War II, he's from Canada, serving in the Canadian Army. He was a fastball pitcher until his arm developed soreness, and eventually when he lost his fastball, he became a knuckleball pitcher. All right, here's the pitch to Skeeter Newsom. 3-2 is a ground ball to second base. Crash Davis on the play. 1 out. Here's Frankie Pitlock, the catcher. 3-5 is a base on balls. Second walk surrender by Fowler. Red Sox looking for their first hit in this game. Haven't got it yet. Here's the pitcher, Dick Newsom. Has some 7s on his card. Here's the pitch to Dick Newsom. 54 is a fly ball to right field. And that is Eddie Collins Jr. on the catch. So 2 outs. Top of the order, and Dominic DiMaggio. Two balls and no strikes. Fowler has a Z control modifier. And it's a walk the hard way in Apba. 2 more balls. First and second, Boston. Here's Lou Finney. That might be a walk. Let's see, first and second, I think it is. No, it's not. Still 2 balls and no strikes. So, Dick Fowler struggling with the strike zone here. Here's the pitch. 5-6 is an infield pop-up. High on the infield, third baseman Don Richmond calls for it, and he makes the catch. Red Sox strand 2. We go to the bottom of the third, 0-0. Frankie Hayes will lead off the last of the third for the Athletics. He was a 6-time American League All-Star, one of the better catchers in the league. 5-2 is a ground ball to third, and Jim Tabor throws out Frankie Hayes. 1 gone. Here's the pitcher, Dick Fowler. Not a very good hitting pitcher. 1-3 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Dick Newsom. Top of the order, and Eddie Collins Jr. And that's a roll out to third. 3 up and 3 down for the A's. Top of the fourth. No score. This game so far is the opposite of the real game played in the first game of the doubleheader, September 28th. That was a final score of 12-11 by the Red Sox. All right, Al Flair leads off for Boston. There's a 41, and that's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher, Fowler, who throws it away. E1, Flair goes to second base on the wild throw. Fast runner in scoring position with no outs. Here's Ted Williams, who was walked 3 times intentionally yesterday, last game. And why not? We'll pitch to him. There was nothing really at stake for these two teams. The Red Sox were 17 games back. They finished 17 games back. The A's were 37 games back. They finished in last place. 21 is a 12. That's a strikeout. So they pitch to Williams, and they get him on strikes. And that brings up Jim Tabor. Tabor rolls a 39. Runner out stealing third. I will take that. We're just playing straight up basic Apba. Out 2-5. Flair thought he could pull a fast one. Didn't get away with it. 2 outs. And 21 is a ground ball to third base. Don Richmond makes a long throw across for the third out. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0. Elmer Velo will lead off the fourth for Philadelphia. As you see by his card, he was an outstanding hitter. Ted Williams is not the only 400 hitter in this game. In only 50 at-bats, Elmer Velo hit 420 in 1941. Elmer Velo was a 3-decade player, and there's some controversy that maybe he was a 4-decade player. It is said that he had one at-bat in the last game of the 1939 season, but Connie Mack had that expunged from the record books because he was not officially on the active roster at the end of 1939. There's a controversy about that, and when Velo was asked about that later, he refused to comment. But he did play a long career, 3 decades. He was a good hitter and a fast runner. Here's a pitch to Elmer Velo. 25 is a base hit for Velo. So a leadoff single. Here's Don Richmond. He's only got 131 on his card. And he's only hitting 200. Let's see if he can bunt. 35 is a 30. And he lays one down, picked up by third baseman Jim Tabor. The throw is to first for the successful sacrifice. Velo's at second with 1 out. Here's Bob Johnson. Philadelphia A's have their 2 best hitters coming up with a runner in scoring position. A's trying to get on the board first. 65 is a high pop-up over by the dugout, giving chase his catcher, Frankie Pitlock, and he makes the catch. Runner holds at second. 2 outs. Sam Chapman, 322 batting average, followed by Crash Davis, 219. Chapman gets a walk. First and second. Here's Crash Davis. .22. That's an 8 against AC pitcher. That's going to be a single over short. And that scores Elmer Velo. Chapman goes to third on the RBI single by Crash Davis. He's 2 for 2, and the A's are on the board 1-0. Here's Pete Suter. 34 is a fly out to center field. That ends the inning, but the Athletics on 2 hits, they score a run. They go to the 5th, leading 1-0. All right, Red Sox Hall of Famer Bobby Doerr leads off the top of the 5th. And Bobby Doerr hits a high fly ball to right center field. It is off the wall, and Bobby Doerr leads off the Red Sox 5th with a stand-up double. Skeeter Newsom. Okay, I think the Red Sox will take 3 shots at getting this runner home by way of a base hit. 36 is a 33. And the A's are fielding column 3. That's a pop-up. And the shortstop, Pete Suter, calls for it and makes the catch, so an unproductive out there. Here's Frankie Pitlock, the catcher, walked his first time up. Let's see, ground ball to second base. The runner goes to third. So the out is 4-3. 2 down, and now the pitcher, Dick Newsom. Not a bad hitting pitcher, 244 in 41 season. So Fowler's got a challenge here. Here's the pitch. 6-3 is a fly ball to right field. And that gets Dick Fowler out of trouble. 1 hit, no runs. Bottom of the 5th inning, Philadelphia 1 and Boston nothing. Catcher Frankie Hayes leads off for the Athletics. And he is going to get a walk. Ball 4. Second walk surrendered by Dick Newsom. Here's the pitcher, Dick Fowler, who will try to lay one down. 64 is a foul ball. 4 strike 1. Still batting. 45 is a 14. 2 balls and a strike. Dick Newsom has the Z modifier. Still batting. 2 balls and 2 strikes, another foul strike. Fowler's going to still try to bunt. And he gets this one down. Picked up by Tabor, the throw to first. Fowler's out at first on the successful sacrifice. And the base runner, Frankie Hayes, goes to second. 1 out. Here's Eddie Collins Jr., son of the famous Hall of Famer, Eddie Collins. All right, Newsom in the stretch. Here's the pitch, 23. Ground ball to second base. Bobby Dorr throws to first. Frankie Hayes goes to third. Now there's 2 outs. And Elmer Vallo will get a walk. He's already 2 for 2. So he gets a walk, and now they'll face Don Richmond. And Don Richmond lines a single over shortstop. That scores Frankie Hayes. Vallo will stop at third, and it's an RBI single for Don Richmond, and the A's take a 2-0 lead. Bob Johnson. 2-6 is a ground ball to Jim Tabor at third, who makes the long throw across for the third out. But the A's add a run on a hit. Top of the 6th, Philadelphia 2 and Boston 0. All right, top of the Red Sox order, the little professor, Dominic DiMaggio, leads off. He and his 2 brothers are all 3 center fielders. 1-2 roll is a ground ball to second base. Crash Davis throws to first. 1 out. Dominic is 0 for 2. Here is Lou Finney. Finney draws a walk. Or no. Yeah, that's correct. That's a walk for Lou Finney. Al Flair, the batter. Reached by an error on the pitcher, Fowler, last time he hit. 34 is a fly ball lifted towards center field. Sam Chapman is under it and makes the grab. 2 away. And now here is Teddy Williams, who is 0 for 2. He's fly to the left, struck out, and he's going to get a hit here. That is a double over first base. Lou Finney will score from first. RBI double for Ted Williams, gets the Red Sox on the board. Philly 2 and Boston 1. So here's his average now. If you don't round it up, it's .4138, so 413 batting average. Jim Tabor, the hitter. Jim Tabor lines a single up the middle, and that gets Ted Williams home. With a tying run, it's 2-2. Bobby Dorr. Another favorable roll for the Red Sox. That play result 7 is going to be a single to right field, sending Tabor to third. First and third, Boston. Here's Skeeter Newsom. There are 2 outs, so they're sticking with Fowler. See if he can get out of this. 5-2 is a 27. Bouncy ball to Crash Davis at second base. He throws the first. 3 outs, but the Red Sox on 3 hits score 2 runs. It is Boston 2 and Philadelphia 2. All right, in the last of the 6th inning, the A's will send up Sam Chapman, Crash Davis, and Pete Suter. And Chapman rolls a 21. That's going to be a ground out to third base. Crash Davis. He hits a roller back to the mound, handled by Newsom to throw to first. And so Dick Newsom retires Crash Davis for the first time. He's 2 for 3. Here's Pete Suter. 6-2 as they fly out the right field. So 3 up and 3 down for the A's. 7th inning, 2-2 ball game. Right, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Red Sox. Dick Fowler, both pitchers are rated to pitch to 30 batters. And Fowler is looking at his 26th batter here, so he'll reach his fatigue point late in this inning. Pitlock flies out the right field for the first out. Here's the pitcher, Dick Newsom. He has flied out the right twice. And he rolls a fly ball to left field, 2 outs. Top of the order to Dominic DiMaggio. That's a base hit for DiMaggio, a single to center field. So his first hit of the game. He's 1 for 3. Here's Lou Finney. And Lou Finney hits a ground ball to the pitcher, throw over to first, ends the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. It's Boston 2 and Philadelphia 2. A catcher, Frankie Hayes, due up first. And he rolls a 4-2. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Only the 3rd strikeout for Dick Newsom. There's the pitcher, Dick Fowler, and he will stay in the game and hit. Pops out to the catcher. 2 gone. Top of the order to Eddie Collins Jr. He rolls a play result of 16, fielding column 2. That's a base hit to center field for Eddie Collins Jr. 2 out single for Elmer Vallo. Let's see, Vallo is 2 for 2. This time he flies out to right. So 1 hit, no runs. Top of the 8th inning, it's a 2-2 tie. All right, Al Flair leads off for Boston. 4-4 roll is a 8 against a C pitcher. That's going to be a line drive to left center field. A leadoff single for Al Flair. Okay, we are at, that's the fatigue point, so that's 1 mark against his fatigue. 2 more, and Fowler's grade will go down to a D. All right, here's Ted Williams. batting .413. 36 is a 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch hits Ted Williams, hit batter. First and second, Ted Williams goes to first. He doesn't rub it. First and second, that's 2 marks against the fatigue for Fowler. That will be all for Dick Fowler. The Philadelphia A's are going to bring in Porter Vaughn. Porter Vaughn had limited usage in 1941. He is from Stevensville, Virginia. He was the first. I'm going to take that back. Porter Vaughn was used in the actual game, but so was Tex Shirley, and this would be Tex Shirley's spot. First and second, right-hand batter coming up. So Tex Shirley is a grade C pitcher. He'll be a grade B pitcher for 1 batter only, pitching to Jim Tabor. The Red Sox have first and second, nobody out. Here's a pitch to Jim Tabor. 51 is a 9. Ground ball to third base. Throw across is Tabor's out. Base runners advance. Second and third, 1 out. Here's Bobby Doerr. The A's will play the infield in. Try to preserve the tie. Here's the pitch to Bobby Doerr. Tex Shirley's grade goes back to C. 43 is a 29. Out at first, ground ball back to Shirley, who checks the runners. Gets the out at first, runners hold. So 2 outs, it's going to be up to Skeeter Newsom to get production out of this inning. And now Philadelphia can play their infield at normal depth. 32 is a ground ball to second. And Tex Shirley comes in and does a fine job for the Athletics. 1 hit, no runs. Bottom of the 8th, it's still 2-2 tie. All right, Don Richmond leads off for the Athletics. 5-5 roll is a base hit for Don Richmond. And now Bob Johnson. And Bob Johnson gets a drive over first base. And let's see, Richmond, if he's fast, will go to home. If he's fast, he's not. Second and third Athletics on the double by Bob Johnson. And Dick Newsom is in a heap of trouble. Timeout. So both starting pitchers go 7 innings. We can close the book on Dick Fowler. He was 7 innings, 2 earned runs. New pitcher for Boston. And we can't close the book on Dick Newsom yet, as he's responsible for the runners on second and third. Broadway Charlie Wagner comes in to pitch for the Red Sox. He will be a grade A pitcher for 1 batter only. Pitching to the best Athletics hitter, Sam Chapman. The infield is going to be playing in. There's a pitch to Chapman. All right, Chapman hits a fly ball to right field. That's caught by Lou Finney. Both runners tag, and both will advance. So a sacrifice fly by Chapman makes it 3-2 Athletics. They have a runner on third with 1 down. Infield still playing in for Boston. Here's Crash Davis, who's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Base on balls. First and third A's. Sets up a possible double play. And Red Sox move their infield back for Pete Suter. First and second. And that's ball 4. Bases juice for Frankie Hayes. Still only 1 out. Infield playing back. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll for Frankie Hayes. And this could blow a hole in this game. It's a double for Frankie Hayes. And it clears the bases. 3 RBIs on that hit makes the score Philadelphia 6 and Boston 2. Bears text Shirley. Shirley gets a walk. Timeout. All right, Dominic Joseph, Mike Ryba will come in and pitch for the Red Sox. He's a grade CYZ pitcher. He'll be a grade B pitching. No, he won't. He doesn't get the left-right split. He'll still be a C pitching to Eddie Collins Jr. 4 runs home in the inning for the Athletics. Here's a pitch to Eddie Collins Jr. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Ted Williams is under it and makes the catch. It's 2 outs. And with Elmer Vallo coming up, he is the 9th Athletic batter in the 8th inning. He rolls a 1-3, and that's a walk. There's Don Richmond. Let off the inning with a base hit. Thought about, in a 2-2 game, I thought about pinch hitting for him, but I didn't, and he got it all started. 2-4 is a 29. That's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, Ryba, and that ends the inning. But not until the Athletics score 4 times on 3 hits. Top of the 9th, it is Philadelphia 6 and the Red Sox 2. All right, Tex Shirley comes back out to pitch the 9th inning for the Athletics, and then he'll be facing Frankie Pitlock, a pitch hitter for the pitcher, Johnny Peacock, and then Dominic DiMaggio. 1-2 roll is a ground ball to second base. Crash Davis picks it up and throws to first. 1 gone, 2 to go for Shirley to close out this victory for the Philadelphia A's. Johnny Peacock pitch hitting, steps into the box. 62 is a fly ball to right field. Play made by Eddie Collins Jr. That's 2 outs. Last call for the Red Sox is Dominic DiMaggio, 1 for 3 on the day. And he hits a fly ball to left. Elmer Vallo flips down the sunglasses and makes the catch. And that is the ball game. Final score, Philadelphia Athletics 6 and the Boston Red Sox 2. We'll be back with the recap. Okay, the Red Sox fall to the Athletics in Game 1 of this doubleheader. They fall 6-2. Boston had 2 runs on 6 hits. They committed no errors. Philadelphia had 6 runs on 9 hits, and they had 1 error. The winning pitcher was Tex Shirley with 2 innings, gave up no runs, and Dick Newsom takes the loss. 7 innings pitched and 4 runs allowed. So now Ted Williams, in this hunt for 400, is batting .413, 185 for .447. One thing I forgot to mention in the intro is that when Teddy Ball Game came into this last day of the 1941 season, if we were going in 1941, sacrifice flies were counted against your batting average. And I think he had about a half a dozen of those in 41. His average would have been about 404, 405 if we were counting batting averages the way we do today. But he had those extra outs on his average that put him down to 399.39955. No worries here on the project. He's hitting .413. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.